Okay, so hello, Mr. Harris. Thank you for letting me interview you for tonight. Before we start, can you please tell me about yourself a little bit?
Okay, hi, my name is Wan Muhammad Haris. Currently, I am studying at University Kuala Lumpur, Malaysian Italian Design Institute, and the course I'm taking is railway engineering.
Okay, I see. Okay, so let's start with a few interview questions. Okay, so for the first question that I want to ask, how much time did you spend on online class every week?
So for every week in a month, it varies from 30 to 40 hours, an average of 30 to 40 hours of online classes, depending on the situation. If the lecture is long, then the classes are long.
Okay, got it. Alright, so for the next question, how was the process with your other classmates in terms of communication?
So, in terms of communication with my classmates during online classes, I don't really communicate with my classmates because it will interfere with the connection. So I would only reply or answer my lecturer's questions if necessary. So I don't really talk to my classmates in any of my online classes.
Okay, I see. Got it. Alright, so for the next question, what are some of the challenges when taking online class for you?
For me, one of the challenges that I think affects me greatly is because I'm an engineering student. I I will always be confronting with practical exercises. So since it's an online class, everything that is practical will be converted to theory. So when learning practical subjects in theory, it's a bit difficult for me to understand, to visualize the situation. So I guess that's one of the difficulties that I always face during online classes.
Okay, I see. Alright. And how did you organize your time well during taking online classes?
For me, since it's online classes, I don't really find any issues in my time management because all you need is a phone or a tab or a laptop to join the class. So I don't really spend much time on going to class. I can just join anywhere I am. For example, if I'm at home or I'm out with my friends, I can just join the class.
Okay, I got it. Alright, so for the next questions, did you participate well in activities during taking online classes?
Uh, okay, since it's online classes, there's not much activities that can be done during online class. There's only lecture tutorials. So I just joined those classes, and for practical sessions, there's no practical sessions basically. So there's nothing for me to participate. So yeah, I only joined tutorial and lectures. That's it.
Okay, I see. Alright, so for the next questions, what are the benefits of the online classes for you?
For me, one of the biggest benefits that I can see is that uh, since the class is held usually using Microsoft Teams or Google Meet, Google Classroom, these classes are recorded. And since it's recorded, you can always rewatch the class if you miss anything important or you don't understand anything, you can always rewatch. So that benefits students in many ways actually.
Okay, I think that is a good point. And for the next questions, how many subjects that you are taking in this semester, and what kind of subjects? Either it's theories or um, physical that turns into theories.
Okay, so for this semester, I am taking 6 subjects and about 20 credit hours. Around half of the subjects are theory, and the other half is practical. But then, since it's online class, the practical class are converted to theory.
Okay, I got it. Okay, for the next questions, what are the difference between normal class and online class? In your perspective.
So, from my perspective, the difference between online class and physical class is that the confrontation between the students and lecturers. I mean, in during physical class, you can actually see the facial expression of the lecturer. You can interact with the lecturer physically. But when it comes to online classes, you are actually interacting with your devices like your phone, your tablet, your laptop. So that limits the students from really communicating with the lecturer, really from really understanding what the lecturer is trying to deliver during the class.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so for the next question, did online class give you the same style as normal class, as in term of learning way? What do you think?
Uh, it's a, in terms of the learning style, I guess it's about the same, like almost roughly the same. It's just that uh, in online class, the lecturer doesn't really have any, material to write on. For example, in class, usually the lecturer would write anything on the whiteboard, like any important notes for the students. He or she will write on the whiteboard. But in online class, the notes are given
Okay.
because, like, what are they supposed to write on, right? So they just give the notes straight up to the students. So the students doesn't need to write anything.
Okay, I see. All right. So for the last questions, what did you think of your progression in taking online classes? Is it increase or decrease? How is it?
Well, speaking of progression, it actually varies from different subjects. For example, uh, in my case, physics. Physics is is a fully theory subject. So you can actually learn without being in physical class. You can learn by reading all that, so we can see the progress over time. But when it comes to practical classes, there's not much of progress if you can't really interact with the equipment. So if you're learning theory but then not applying the knowledge, then there's no point. There's not much progress that we as students can make. So I guess that's my perspective on progression.
Okay, so that's all for the interview session. And thank you again, Mr. Harris, for spending your time today for me. And I hope you are doing good in future in your semester. And okay, good night.
Thank you.